Once you decide on the type of project, you will all complete 4 different components. There are 4 tasks of the senior project that you will complete over the course of the year. Let's take a look, one component at a time. The proposal. The proposal requirements require you to lay out a detailed plan of actions. It has to contain specific times, dates, locations. It has to meet an estimated 15-hour minimum. You have to acquire a mentor, someone who has some expertise in the area of your project. They have to be at least 25 years old. And finally, you have to show how you will provide some evidence of learning. This might be videos, photo journals, or written diaries and journals. Second component is the product itself. This is based on the career, passion, and service choices that we already talked about. You have to spend 15 hours at least on this project. You will have 5 mentor meetings. You could have more, but that's a minimum. And also, along the way of completing your project, you are going to document the entire process and be able to show evidence of your work. Number 3, the EPortfolio. The electronic portfolio is a place where you will store everything that you complete for your project. Let's take a look at an electronic portfolio from this school year. The home page will introduce your project, and it will also include your detailed proposal, a mentor bio, a picture of your mentor and you working together. It will also chronicle all the time that you put into your project. This is the mentor meeting log. This tells the dates of your meeting, when you met, where you met, and the goals and outcomes of each of your mentor meetings. You also keep track of time logs. This is the actual amount of time on the product itself. This is what has to add up to at least 15 hours. Evidence of learning can take many different forms. In this case, it was document files of actual writing of the short stories that the student wrote. A product reflection, thinking about how you could improve for next time, what you learned from your project, what you learned from your mentor. We have some guiding questions to help you write your reflection piece. And then finally, an acknowledgement page where you get to thank people that have helped you complete your senior project. The 4th task of senior project is the presentation. Presentations are given in late May. It is a public presentation. We bring in community judges, and an evening in May you will give a 6 to 8 minute speech talking about your senior project and the process that you went through for the entire year. So let's take a look at 20 seconds or so of a senior project presentation.
For demonstration purposes, please lift your head, as I do, and stare at the ceiling, and keep it there until I tell you to put it back down. Okay, good job. Okay, I'm going to leave now, and I'll be back in 4 years. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to ask that of you, so you can put your heads back down. But imagine yourself as Michelangelo, and you're painting the Sistine Chapel. That's basically what he had to do for 4 years, and he didn't even like it.
Okay, let's take a look at what we've covered so far. We've talked about the types of senior projects that you can do, career, service, and passion-based projects. We've talked about the 4 components of senior project, the proposal, the ePortfolio, the product itself, and the presentation. Now we have some advice from this year's graduating class on things to keep in mind as you embark on Senior Project 2010.
Do what you love doing. Do something that you know you're going to enjoy doing. Don't do something that's going to take forever and be, tedious, and you're going to be angry with it. You're going to get frustrated, and then the deadline's right there, and you're barely done. Do something that you know you're going to enjoy doing, that you don't have a problem taking time on. And
Make sure you pick a mentor that's really enthusiastic about what you're working on with them, because if they're not, the mentor can make your project, and if they're not the right person for it, then your project's not going to be that great.
Say when your English teacher start talking to you about it, which is at the end of your junior year, you should start thinking about what you want to do. Because last year when my English teacher started bringing it up, I automatically knew, because I have older cousins that have come through the school, and they've always talked senior project. So I went immediately over the summer, one random day I wasn't doing anything, went on the Webster School's website, clicked on the senior project link, and started watching other people's from previous year's presentations. And that gave me a feel of, how they went to the judges and started talking to them, who they chose, how they chose their mentor, what they wanted to do, whether it was, community service or through a sport that they liked or anything that they wanted to do. So that's what I would recommend.
That is great advice from this year's seniors. The best piece of advice I can give you is to make sure that the senior project is meaningful for you. Whether you're doing a career-based, passion-based, or service-based project, if it's important to you, you will be motivated to complete it, you'll get more out of it, and you'll have more fun along the way. All right, before I end today, I'd like to give you some information about how to contact me in case you have more questions or would like to meet. I have a secretary in each building that maintains my calendar. Ms. Fioravante is in the Career Center in the library, in the Schrader Library. And Ms. Marcello is in the Career and Counseling Center at Thomas High School. If you have questions, feel free to make an appointment and we can meet anytime. One other question I get at this time of year is about summer approval. Please make an appointment to see me if you have unique opportunities over the summer that you would like to talk about for your senior project. For the rest of you, I want you to think about senior project at the end of this school year, over the summer, and when you come back in the fall, you'll be ready to go when we roll out Senior Project 2010.